last decade. So I'm going to talk about some of the ones that I have experience with, and we can go through them together. So as you can see, I am relaxed in my nice bathrobe. So I highly suggest that you get relaxed, get your headphones in, and just kind of sit with me for a while. I think this is going to be a long one. So I will have the gadgets, a photo of the gadget from the article on the screen as well as I go through it. Okay. 100 Google Glass in 2013. So, with me, I've always been a tech person at heart, but I don't own Android. I'm an iOS phone user. Before that, I was Windows Phone, and I so much wanted Google Glass. I never got Google Glass, but like if I had it, I would probably be like someone that would wear it. Like the whole augmented reality kind of wearing technology, like I would do that, even though some people may think it would look weird. Let's see. Some of these I'm going to skip because I have no experience with them. Number 96, Magic Leap 1 in 2018. I'm still very excited for what Magic Leap, what they'll be able to do. I know that they're coming out with their their first headset's already out. And, but it's not quite as like mind-blowing as everybody wanted it to be or expected, because they had like so much money invested in their company. So this, I believe, like Magic Leap and HoloLens, like Microsoft's HoloLens, are both going to be the major players in the AR space moving forward. The reason why we haven't seen these products like really be at a good price point is because they're really like the first gen products, even though HoloLens is on its second iteration. Just AR technology is a lot more difficult than VR. So I'm still looking forward to seeing what Magic Leap can do with all that money and just like make AR even better. Excuse me. So, number 92 is the Nokia Lumia 1020 in 2013. I had a 1020, which had like a crazy awesome amazing camera on it. It was one of the phones that I had for a short time, because I think I upgraded to the, what is it, the 16, I'm probably getting the number wrong, the 1650 or 1920 or, I forgot what it was called, but it's basically like the last flagship phone for Windows Phone. So, excuse me. absolutely, totally loved Windows Phone 10. Like, I would still be using Windows Phone right now. I still have actually a few Windows Phones. I feel like the OS on, if you've ever used a Windows Phone and messed with iOS and Android, I feel like it's a great mix of both. Like the simplicity of the iPhone with the more complex nature of the Android side mixed into one. So I always felt it was like a really great middle ground. Number 90 is Microsoft Connect in 2010. Now, when Connect came out, like, it was a huge deal. Like, it hit the market, and it was like a huge fad. Like, everybody loved it. I loved it too. Like, I used it for Dance Central, and like a lot of other games like that. I think, because like the Wii also had motion controls too. That was kind of like the time when motion controls were, or like, yeah, the whole like using your body as a controller was really the hot thing. It's really too bad, like, it kind of died out. So, let's see, what else? Number 88, the Sphero BB-8 in 2015. Basically, this was a BB-8 that you could control with your phone, and it worked pretty well. But it pretty much like, it's pretty much was like a fad too, right? Like, I used it for a little while and then never used it again. I think it's like on my kitchen counter or something now. I've never used it. Number 87 is the fidget spinner in 2017. So basically, I think I remember reading about the unfortunate like circumstance around the fidget spinner where the original like creator or like inventor of the fidget spinner, she couldn't afford at the time to renew like her patent or something on the fidget spinner, and of course, because she couldn't do that, later on, I don't remember how much time passed, but of course fidget spinners was like the crazy must-have toy in 2017, and she didn't see like a dime from any kind of sales of it, which is really unfortunate. I hope she was able to get something, but yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. Let's move on to 83, the Nintendo 3DS in 2011. Yeah, I still have my Nintendo 3DS, which I find it really cool that Nintendo likes to iterate and improve on their hardware products. Case in point, like the Switch, right? Got the new Switch Lite. And as far as the Nintendo 3DS, they just kept making it better with new hardware versions, right, of their system. So now I haven't really played my 3DS in a while, but it's still a great handheld portable. And you know, I really liked the 3D effect on the top screen, because the bottom screen is the regular touch screen, and the top screen is a full 3D screen without glasses. So okay, moving on. Number 77, the red DSMC2 in 2016. I'm gonna read what it says here. Like it or not, this was the camera that started a bunch of digital capture trends early on in the decade. The DSMC2 family of RED's cameras focused on high-resolution, raw image capture with a solid range of compression ratios. This camera was everywhere, used by Michael Bay and Steven Soderbergh on music video sets with Kendrick Lamar, and in the hands of YouTubers who came to adore its look, like me. And that last part is key because it got a group of creators to ask a question that would change up the camera market. Does it shoot in 4K? Mine actually shoots in 8K. As you should well know, if you've seen any of my previous videos. And yeah, right now I'm shooting with the red camera, so it is my standard camera right now, and I love it. Wow, 73. The MakerBot Replicator in 2012. This was my first 3D printer. But it was like it was like cheap because it was like made out of it was made out of wood. Like the frame was made out of wood, and like the print bed was like uneven, so I had to like compensate for that. And there was like a bunch of like other like mechanically it wasn't that solid. It did the job, considering it was the first 3D printer that I had, and a very early one in general, before I got my new my replacement 3D printers, which are like totally almost like bulletproof right now. Like they're like industrial 3D printers. So yeah. Moving on. Now, I haven't owned this, but number 66 is the Blue Yeti Nano in 2018. So they say in the article, in 2018, they shrunk the Yeti into a smaller form factor called the Yeti Nano, which arrived just as the podcasting business started to skyrocket. The Blue Yeti and the Blue Snowball have become the go-to podcast microphones. And as the industry expands, so will Blue's dominance in the space. I bet a lot of you, if you are creating ASMR or do podcasting or audio recording, have the Blue Yeti. So, not surprising that it's on this list at all. Number 63 is the, I guess you call it G, wireless chargers. So they say we used to dream of a day we wouldn't need to plug in our gadgets to charge. This is the decade it became a reality. A coil on the back of your phone lets it wirelessly receive power from a charging pad, stand, or even the car cradle. Technically, it began with the Palm Pre and its proprietary touchstone back in 2009, but it took until 2017 for G wireless charging to become universal for flagship phones, when Apple followed Samsung's lead by adopting it for the iPhone 8 and iPhone X. I gotta put a little note here that I'm pretty sure that my Windows phone had wireless charging before Apple or Samsung, so that's another reason why I loved Windows Phone so much. Number 61 is the Microsoft Xbox One in 2013. I've always loved Xbox. Xbox has pretty much been my primary console. I have a PS4, but only for a few select titles. And I still use, obviously, and like I use one right now as my primary console to play games and to watch Blu-rays and stream movies on. So, and of course I have Xbox Game Pass right now, which is an amazing value, because I can get so many great games basically for free for a flat rate. So, number 58 is the Selfie Stick. Selfie was Oxford Dictionary's 2013 Word of the Year, and shortly after came the boom of the selfie stick. Useful for taking wide-angle shots without having to give your phone to someone else, the selfie stick became popular with vloggers and tourists alike. In New York City, the most visited city in America, you couldn't walk through Times Square without having to touch oblivious tourists' floating phones. Yeah. Because smartphones now are having better wide-angle lenses on them, it's pretty much like kind of left the selfie stick on the wayside. There's still people that use them, obviously, but yeah, it's one of those things you don't really need to bring with you if you have a modern phone with a wide-angle lens. This is kind of a funny one. 57, the 3.5mm headphone adapter in 2016. So I have a couple of these because, as you know, Apple got rid of the millimeter headphone adapter. So what's even more interesting is that it was rumored that the iPhone's next iteration may even get rid of the Lightning port totally. So they're just like not gonna have any kind of ports on the iPhone, which I'm not sure if I like that or not. They have other things here. Like number 54 is the GoPro Hero 8 Black in 2019. This year, number 51, Oculus Rift in 2016. Yeah, Oculus. Yeah, I was like so excited for it to come out, and I was around for the first round of VR craze back in the early 1990s, and I loved it back then, even though it was super low resolution and very crude technology. The whole the promise of VR back then, just the technology wasn't there. So when the Rift came out in 2016, it finally brought the promise of what VR was supposed to be. You know, totally immersive, and have great resolution and tracking abilities, and yeah, I'm glad to see that even today, VR is still here and getting more and more popular. PlayStation VR totally took off, and yeah, just I'm interested to see where it goes. Number 48 is the Eero 2016. So, this is what I use for my home router, and it uses like a mesh system. So you basically put these arrows, a bunch of them around your house, and then they all kind of create this like a mesh network for Wi-Fi. It's a little bit more. It's more expensive than a regular router, but it solves the problem of having any kind of dead spot in your house. So yeah, it works great. I love it for Wi-Fi in the house. So let's see. GeForce card, MacBook Pro, Chromecast, Sony camera, Kindle, iPhone X, number 35, 2017. I'm actually going to talk about the iPhone 11 Max, because that's what I'm using. I actually upgraded from the iPhone 7 Plus to the 11 Max, and yeah, I love it a lot. I mean, it's faster. Obviously, the screen is bigger, but the form factor is the same. So, which is awesome. Really have no complaints at all about it. So, yeah, the sound's pretty amazing too. Like the speakers on it, like it has pretty good bass, and it sounds like say when you're watching a movie trailer, it sounds like you're not missing anything from the sound. So that's great. So watching a movie or like a TV show on it, like I would do that in a pinch. But obviously I would use like my home theater system to watch TV shows and movies. Number 29 is the Tesla Model 3 2017. So I pre-ordered a Model 3 on launch day, and yeah, I've had mine for a year, and of course I love it. I cannot go back to driving a gas car, no way. Yeah, it's an amazing car, the best car I've ever driven. It's super, like, the build quality is so solid. Like, it's a luxury car. Like, it's that it feels like a solidly built car. And I just love the whole minimal aspect of it. Like, one screen in the middle controls everything. There's no dials and buttons all over the place, right? And of course, I don't have to spend money on gas or maintenance on the car. So, it is awesome. Let's see. I'm skipping over a lot of these. Okay, 17, the Nest Thermostat 2011. I have one of those. I love it because, of course, I want to have like stuff connected to my phone, so I can go on my phone and adjust the temperature, or like tell it to cool, cool the house at a certain temperature, and heat the house at a certain temperature. So yeah, love it. Love being connected. Number 15 is the Nintendo Switch in 2017. I haven't been always like a big Nintendo fan, but I love the Switch in terms of being a portable console. And yeah, I still buy games for it off and on. I don't play it as much as I would like to, so I kind of need to get back to maybe playing it. Number 9 is the Sony PlayStation 4 in 2013. Again, like I don't play a lot of games. In fact, I almost never turn it on. But I just got it. Like, I actually got the PlayStation 4 Pro, or PlayStation Pro, whatever you call it, so that I could do 4K on my home theater. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see about PlayStation 5. Number 8 is the Microsoft Surface Pro 3 2014. I'm not going to really talk about the Pro 3, but I'm just going to talk about Surface in general. The brand new Surfaces, man, they're so beautiful. They're so sexy and beautiful. I'd really love a Surface laptop. It's just super light, thin, and it's just beautiful to put your hands on. So, I actually have a lot of different Surfaces. I'm actually using a Surface Go right here, but yeah, Surface Laptop 3 would be super awesome. Number 7 is the Apple Watch Series 3. I have an old Apple Watch that I use, but I don't really use it that much though. Number 6 is the Apple AirPods 2016. I just got a pair of these refurbished off of eBay. And yeah, they're so much better than wired. Obviously, right? And they work great, sound great. and they're a lot more convenient. Number 5 is the Tesla Model S 2012. What can I say? Like, Tesla makes amazing cars. Nobody has beat Tesla in the EV space, and I'm willing to bet all my money that nobody will ever beat Tesla because they are so far ahead of everybody else that when every other car manufacturer makes a car that even comes close, like Tesla is just going to upgrade the car. I mean, yeah, Tesla is here to stay, and they're going to just continue to make amazing electric vehicles. And let's see. Number 3 is the Apple MacBook Air. Number 2 is the Amazon Echo. And number 1 is the, drumroll please, the Apple iPhone 4 in 2010. This was before my time that I used iPhone. I was using Windows Phone, so I thought that was the best thing. So that is the Verge's top 100 gadgets of the last decade. That I hope you're still with me after talking and rambling on about all the ones that I had experience with. So, how about you guys? Let me know in the comments if you've had any of these gadgets in the last decade, and if so, like, maybe what are your fondest memories of them? The next decade is just gonna be crazy to see where technology is gonna go, and it's just gonna get better, which is exciting because I love tech. So okay, I am going to wrap this up by saying have a good night, sleep well.